Joining us now is the man himself, Eric Holder, former U.S. Attorney General under President Barack Obama, and now chair of the National Democratic Redistricting Committee. Mr. Holder, thank you so much for being here, even if the subject matter we're talking about should be ringing national alarm bells. What do you think is going to happen here on the court? It seems as if it's possible that they take a more minimalist ruling on this, but that sounds like it could still be fairly detrimental to U.S. elections. How do you see this unfolding?
Yeah, I don't think there's any middle ground here. I don't think there's any minimalist decision. This is a theory that has no basis in law, no basis in history. It is simply a tool that has been devised by partisans, by Republicans, to try to subvert a core part of our democratic system, and that is our system of checks and balances. What they are in essence saying is that state legislatures have the ability to gerrymander to their heart's content and do things that are inconsistent with the state constitution, in this case, in North Carolina, and not have courts have the ability to look at that which the legislature has done and call them on it and force them to do as they did in North Carolina, force them to draw new maps. I mean, when they came up with their original map, they wanted to propose a map that would have 10 Republicans, 4 Democrats, and it stated as roughly, 50-50. When asked about it, one of the Republicans down there said, well, they asked him, why'd you do a 10-4 map? He said, because we couldn't draw an 11-3 map. So that gives you a sense of their mindset. Supreme Court says that's inconsistent with the North Carolina Constitution. Redraw the maps. The maps are done in a fair way. And what do we get out of North Carolina? A 7-7 split in the congressional delegation. That's something that they did not like. And they said, all right, we'll take this to the Supreme Court on this ridiculous, bogus, fringe theory, the independent state legislature doctrine. And for any member of the court to put his or her name behind a decision, even if it's a dissenting opinion, to say that there is some validity to this theory, I think really calls into question, where that justice is coming from.
Yeah, well, to that end, I mean, even if it's a narrow ruling, Justice Kagan today expressed concerns about it being used to fuel further conspiracies like the fake elector scheme. If the court does not stake out a very clear position on this, how concerned are you that it could be weaponized in elections down the line to support theories like the one proposed by John Eastman to allow states to send fake electors in to Congress?
But that's exactly the point. We're not talking about something theoretical. We only have to look at that which the January 6th committee has exposed that shows that John Eastman wanted to use this very theory as a way to subvert the peaceful transfer of power. Now, it is not, this is, the case before the court deals with gerrymandering in North Carolina in one state, but this theory could also be used in the way that John Eastman proposed. And so, as I think Neil Katyal described it, he said that the collateral damage that could be done by an inappropriate decision here is pretty vast. Our democracy could be harmed in extremely substantial ways.
Do you have a sense of dread? I mean, for everybody who's watched what the court has done in the last year, I mean, some people think it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to support this in some way. Do you have a similar amount of trepidation?
I really don't, because I think this truly would be a bridge too far. If you look at those who have come out against this independent state legislature nonsense, you have former Republican governors, you have the Conference of State Supreme Court Justices, you have conservative legal scholars, including one of the co-founders of the Federalist Society. You have former Republican judges, conservative judges, all of the people who I think these folks would look up to and who they look for guidance, who are their supporters. Everybody is against this theory. Only people on the fringe, and I really mean that, people need to understand that, only people on the fringe are supportive of this extremely dangerous, democracy-threatening theory.